So Terry's on tap for question number 4. And that question is ultimately, what does success look like for a campus? And how can leaders enable, measure, and celebrate that success, or really work to create the values that support it?
Yeah, one of the advantages that all of you will have is all the posters will give you some idea of what the projects really entailed, as well as what the perception of success was on each of the campuses. And frankly, it's going to vary. Depends on where you're starting from. In some cases, I really like either the step functions or the hills and valleys analogs from Jim's talk last night are really a part of the process. And how one perceives success varies significantly among the various campuses. And so I think that's something where, as you mingle among the various posters, of identifying what those are. I can speak to what Ohio State's was, and we had funding from the National Science Foundation. Therefore, we had some very specific goals. And our primary objective was to recruit, retain, and release more STEM majors over a period of time by building bridge courses to help our at-risk students in the summer before they came. That was phase 1. And the second stage is to connect with our community colleges in the state of Ohio to help the students who transfer in STEM disciplines from our community colleges to the main campus at The Ohio State University. Those were very specific things that we had in terms of doing that. And what was the key? The bridge programs were interdisciplinary. We've had 2 summers for that. We've had significant changes between the first and second summer. The first summer was somewhat successful. The process of assessment, of feedback, of then modifying our approach. And in fact, sometimes that modification involved replacing individuals. There are times when the team that one creates, it has to be the right team, and you can't be afraid to replace individuals if that team is not functioning well. So, as I say, I think you'll mingle and find out more about what success actually is, and success may even be in small steps, and one has to be careful about, we have not yet proven that we have, 55 additional STEM majors or anything like that. We hope to be able to get to a point where we can quantify that, but we're not there yet.
Other perspectives from the panel on what success looks like. Bernadette.
Yeah, ours was a NSF-funded project as well, and we've just graduated our first class from this group. And our target, or our population that came into our project, were not students at risk. They were actually students who were AP coming into the university, supposedly already had all of the chemistry, the physics, the mathematical background. But what we found on the other end, our industry cluster, our supporters that give us money other than the agencies, was that the students were not well-rounded. They were not well-read. They knew their discipline. They were very good scientists, very good technologists, very good engineers, very good mathematicians, but that was the extent of it. So what we did in our project was begin to offer them other types of value-added skill sets to operate in the global world. The first young lady that I'm really, and she should be on our poster, she's now studying a PhD at Georgia Tech, but she came in wanting to be a civil engineer. Her mother was a civil engineer, her father was a civil engineer, and she was going to be a civil engineer. So now she's studying something totally different in engineering, but something different because she had that exposure to other disciplines, other things that really align themselves with her personality. I think that it is different at every campus in terms of what success looks like. One of the things we introduced and we learned from Evergreen was that if everyone had a common book or a common viewpoint to discuss, they could bring in different, that's that old project-based and old problem-based learning, that we all approach the problem from different viewpoints. So we integrated something called the book club in our project, and now it has institutionalized itself and became part of our QEP. And those of you who are doing some kind of Southern or either Middle States accreditation, you have to have a QEP in place. And so that way, every person who comes into the university having common core of literature that helps round them out so that they're just not one-sided. So success does look different in every place, but small steps.